Hey guys, it's Trey the DIY Ninja, and I'm trying to relearn and reteach myself how to digitize and embroider since it's been quite a long time since I've dabbled in this craft. So join me in my little embroidery series during Vlogmas to see how much I can improve. So my son is obsessed with PJ Masks, and his favorite character is Owlette, so he's been begging me to make him an Owlette embroidery patch. And in the background while I talk, you can see my stitch simulation of my digitized file that I made of Owlette for him. And I'm going to embroider this and turn it into a magnet. So if you're curious about digitizing, embroidering, or making your own embroidered magnet, stay tuned because I'm about to show you how I do it. So before we begin the project, you want to make sure you have all your supplies prepared and ready. So make sure you have a bobbin in your machine. I have all the colors I'm going to need for this project. So I have a dark red, a white, a black, and a gold. My son helped me pick them out. He loves picking them out of my little thread box here. I bought this whole set on Amazon. I will link it down below. Next, we have our hoop setup. This is a 4x4 hoop, which is the biggest on my Brother SE600. It's probably like really small, it's the size of my hand, and the machine can only embroider up to 4x4 or 2x2, no, 4x4 I guess. And then I have, don't mind that, that's my son making noises with his lips. Anyways, I have just like this 10 by 10 inch woven cotton square that people use for quilting, along with a white interface. I think this is an 8 by 8 square. I'll link everything down in the description below as always. So you're always, not interface, this is stabilizer. You need stabilizer and a material to sew onto. Okay, so this is my Brother SE600. This is a combo sewing and embroidery machine. If you have this machine or you're interested in it, I definitely recommend it. This is like my favorite and best sewing machine ever. And the fact that it also does embroidery is awesome. I custom digitize all my own files, PES files for my machine. So let me know if you want tutorials on how I digitize. Digitizing is a very laborious, time-consuming trial and error process. So I'm just skipping that part of the video and I'm going straight into the test stitch because it took me literally all day to digitize this image. This image is going to be from PJ Masks. It's Owlette. It's my son's favorite character from the show. So I'm going to make it into an embroidered magnet. So stay tuned to the end to see how I do that. In the meantime, this is going to be my first test stitch. So like I said, make sure everything is prepared. Make sure you have your embroidery foot on your machine. You have a new bobbin or enough thread on the bottom. The machine does tell you when it runs out, but it's a hassle to change it. So I do have a fresh bobbin in there, and I have my embroidery arm on. I have my USB stick in the machine that has the PES file on it, and I'm going to show you how I retrieve that now. The first thing you want to do is turn on your machine. Like all Brother machines, even my Brother Scan and Cut, you always have to touch the screen to activate it. So any of the buttons down here is not going to work. You have to just touch the screen. Then it's going to warn you that the embroidery arm and needle may move, so just keep your hands away from this part of the area. And I pulled it up earlier, but I'm going to cancel that. So if for some reason your machine stops, your power shorts, or something goes wrong and you have to stop your project in the middle, it does have a little bit of a fail-safe where you can, once you turn on your machine again, it will ask you to return to where you left off. So there's that. Down here is a little USB symbol. You can just touch that. And here are previous images that I have on the USB, but you're going to just press the arrow down for the next page if you have more than one page. So this is the image we're going to attempt to stitch out today. Digitizing this was a huge challenge because I'm reteaching myself how to use my digitizing software and I forgot literally everything. So yeah, I do see how I can improve the digitized file by cutting holes and replacing it and stuff like that, but I forgot how to do that. So instead of just wasting another day trying to figure that out, I decided to just try to stitch out what I have so far and see what the issues are. So right now, like, the eyeballs are going to stitch over the red, which might be too thick and I may break a needle, but hopefully not. Let's just see how this does. This also took a lot of work to narrow down the colors because the original image had a lot of shading and gradients, and when it comes to embroidery, that's a very advanced technique and I'm just not there yet. So I kind of simplified the colors and switched them up a little bit just so it's easier for me to see, but in real life I showed you the colored threads that we're going to use. So let's just give this a go. I press set and this is my image. It looks like I digitized the size just right. Let's just take a look. It fits. Oh no, it's a little big, but it looks like it would fit. The foot looks a bit cut off.
Out my pocket.
Oh, it's okay, baby.
I guess it's still coming out my pocket.
Okay, so on the screen you have a couple options. You can move the image to like one side or up and down, side to side, in the middle. You can size it, you can rotate it, depending on if you're stitching on actual clothing, you might have to switch it depending on how you hooped your fabric. You can mirror image things, you can change the stitch width and length, I believe, and font edit there. Let's go into size. I just want to take a look. It looks like the foot's cut off. I'm gonna shrink it. You know what? This is to make it bigger. I want to make it as big as I can, and it will usually tell you when it's like beep beep like that when you've reached your limit. So I guess that's the limit. It looks good to me though. Let's just take a look. I guess. So like I said, this digitized file is a bit off. Like, look at that outline under this side of the arm compared to this side. For some reason, that side got covered up by the cape stitching, and when I tried to reopen the file, I couldn't edit my file anymore. So I don't know. I'm still, like I said, relearning how to use my Embrilliant Stitch Artist. I'm just gonna press OK, and I'm just gonna press enter here. So this is how you decide, this is how you see where on the fabric it will take up. It's this little outline button, and there's a little trace button there. Let me install my hoop and then we can trace out the image. Install your hoop. I haven't installed it yet. Make sure your presser foot is up and slide this hoop under. There's a handle here with 2 knobs. Hopefully you can see, it's a bit of a glare. And you basically line it up to the grooves in here. Okay, let's see if you can see that. Can you? Okay, here we go. So there are 2 grooves in here, and there are 2 buttons, 2 little knobs here, and you're basically gonna line it up and then push in to hook it in. Okay, so let's see if I can do this with one hand. Probably not, but who knows? Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna hook it in and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have my hoop snapped in. There we go.
The button.
No, don't press the button, baby. Okay, and then I'm gonna press, let's see if I can find my finger. Oh, this middle button here. Can you see that? Okay, so here it's gonna trace out everywhere it's going to stitch. So like the box, the room that it'll need basically. And it looks like it'll fit. So let's get this started. I need to, let's take a look at what color. It tells you what color you need first. Oops, sorry. Let me set this. Okay, you just press the bottom right hand corner and it will tell you here it's going to need a dark red. It's going to take 17 minutes just for that one color. In total, it's going to take 37 minutes to stitch the whole thing out. Sorry about the background noise. Baby, do you really need to do that when mommy's filming? And in total it's going to be 13,443 stitches. So yep, the first color will be 17 minutes and it shows you what it will be stitching. Okay. So I have my dark red thread threaded into my machine. It has an automatic needle threader. It's a little tricky to use. If you want a tutorial, let me know. I think I had a video on it. I don't remember. But you can check out my old videos. I probably have one on there. And then I pull the thread to the back under the embroidery foot. And I think we should be good to go. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna just push my presser foot down and my light will turn green. I'm gonna press the button and get it going. All right. My baby wants to press it. All right, be careful. Press it and then move away. Okay, go. All right. Now we'll just watch this.
Can I see?
Sit over there and see.
Where's the thread?
It's making an outline first.
And how about her owl wing? And how about her owl feathers?
Yeah. Alright, for some reason there's like a glare right where it's stitching. So hopefully you can see this. I'll come back when there's a little bit more progress. I cut that long jump stitch so it won't get in the way of like other areas. And I stopped the machine first, of course, and I'm just gonna turn it back on and then let it do its thing. I don't know why it went down there. Strange. So here is the black outline. Kinda hard to see because it's on black fabric. Beige thread in here, and it looks like we're gonna be doing the mouth area. Can you see? Oh, you can't really see, but it's okay. I'm gonna make sure my presser foot's down. Back to black. So many thread changes. Okay, let's see how this works. Something happened. Was that it? Oh wait, okay, so that was like a 2-second stitch and it just made that little smirk on the face. It's kind of hard to see though. Maybe I should have made it thicker. It's strange. Oh well. On to the next color. Next color is white. Loaded in the thread change. Can you even see? Where is it? There we go. There's the thread. Press start. Oops, I forgot to put my presser foot down. What happened? Oh, let's see what it says. It doesn't seem to have worked. Okay, so you can see something went wrong there, because you can see the white bobbin thread. So my son just stepped on my cord and unplugged it right when we were at the last step. So far this file has a lot of issues. You can see here that was my threading mistake, so it pulled up the bobbin thread. I mistakenly put these to be the same color, which I didn't notice, and so when I sequenced by color it connected the two, and so my owl is a little bit wonky here. And then we were right here about to finish this color again. I have so many thread changes that were unnecessary, so I really need to fix that. Anyways, let me show you if it will allow me to continue or not. What does that say? It's a little too... I can't see. What does that say? Oh, raise the presser foot. Okay. Oops. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna press OK to continue. And let's see what step it left off at. 10 of 11 steps. I think that's where I was, right? Yeah, okay, cool. So let's do this wing over here on this right side. And then I think it's gonna do these outlines here. So yeah, I definitely did not digitize this the best, but this is a more complicated project. So yeah, I'm super rusty. Okay, let's just do this last 2 steps. Oops. Okay, so I don't know what I was recording and what I wasn't. Yeah, so the last step would be to do these outlines under the arms, if I remember correctly. Right? Yeah, just the outlines, but since I have it on black fabric, I think I'll just leave it. Alright, so we're done. Let me just recap. I'm going to take this out of the hoop and we'll take a closer look. Okay, so here it is. There are still a couple jump stitches I need to trim, but overall I do like the texture that I incorporated into the digitized file. It's kind of cool, kind of looks like a knitted cable. And here is the back. It's relatively neat, definitely a lot of improvements to do to the file, but overall here is the finished look. It's decent for my first time trying to digitize in a long time. And make sure to stay tuned for part 2, where I see if my cutting machine can cut this out for me, since my vision is not the best and I don't want to ruin it.